Hey YouTubers, it's me, Connie Clark. I know it's been a super long time. Uh, it's my usual. Corporate filing deadline is Monday. I went up to Federal Way to help my niece move, and that took out a week of my time. So I'm like slamming busy. So I haven't had time to do jack in the last 3 weeks, to be honest. And I thought I'd just do this live video to talk to you guys. I'm going for my little daily walk out to the river, which I haven't done in 3 days, so I guess it's not daily. Anyways, oh dear, there's my alarm. Hold on. I always put on an alarm at 10:30 to make sure I'm up and at 'em, even if I work till 2 in the morning. So there you go. So I'm going to stop along the path. I'm making these little rocks. I decided to start painting rocks and put them on the path so people can find them, little love messages. I call them love rocks. So I was inspired by my granddaughter and my niece, actually. My niece, when I was in Federal Way, her and her children found a rock that was painted. And then last week I was reading my daughter's blog. She homeschools her children. And my niece, my granddaughter who's 6, picks up rocks. She heard about people painting rocks to leave along the road. So now they do their morning walk every day. And my granddaughter leaves rocks for people to find. So I was kind of inspired by that because we need to spread the love. And so I'm going to leave. I randomly picked this one out. So I'm going to leave that right here along the path. So somebody coming along can see it and pick it up and maybe bring it home and have some inspiration. So I'm going to be leaving 3 or 4 rocks a day and pick up 3 or 4 rocks a day. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was the normalizing of contamination is just off the charts. They are opening up Rocky Flats, the park in Rocky Flats. They are saying nothing about the Flint water contamination. You know, people in Flint still don't have water. This morning I read an article about San Francisco, someplace out there, of course, radioactive contamination. They are now passing laws that says that the Navy can deem certain dirt, just like they did up in Hanford. That's the the Department of Energy's solution to long-term contamination is just, hey, just say it's safe, man. It's safe. Because you know why? They realize there is no making it safe. There is no getting it to a safe zone at all. And how long have I been doing this YouTube thing? Off and on, probably 5 years now. And it's just progressively getting worse, right? Our culture is, obviously people listening to my channel understand this. We're literally quite suicidal, killing ourselves. And what I want to do is not focus on that part. I want us to focus on inspiring each other. I don't want to be part of the doomosphere. It's kind of like what I told my niece when we were up there. That whole move up there turned into a real shit show, to be honest. She's in a program that really helps her, but the system is so bad that's why I was up there a week. We couldn't move into her apartment because the program she's in, the people that she was working with, put the wrong number on the contract. And then it turned out the apartment complex wouldn't let her move in until they had a signed contract, until they got the money, and the program wouldn't give them the money until they got a signed contract. So we were stuck for 5 days with a packed truck, paying for a packed moving truck for 4 days, just sitting there waiting for us to move in. And that was so endemic. It reminded me so much of our system, of what we have. And her program's a good program. The apartment was great. Everything was awesome. But what it did was it forced us into it was so overwhelmingly negative. The worker that she was working with literally told me, well, this happens all the time. This is normal. And When I saw that article this morning about San Francisco, it really did remind me that they're trying to normalize dysfunction at every level. And then I hearkened back to the conversation that I had with my niece about, we're definitely in a pile of shit. That is the bottom line. We are living in a pile of shit. But the question is, hold on, let me see. Oh, I can do this. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. The question is really, you can have a good attitude or a bad attitude. You can be unhappy and you can piss and moan, or you can take it in stride and have a good attitude and treat each other and be friendly with the people that's around your surroundings. Do the best you can. It's still going to smell like shit, right? So it doesn't matter. Our responses to what goes on out there, it doesn't affect what goes on out there. It's still a pile of shit, right? But what matters is our living, breathing experiences, how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, how we relate to each other. How we talk to each other is so important. How we talk to ourselves. Like, you can be in a pile of shit and say, oh my God, this is horrible. It's horrible. It smells like shit. It's horrible. Or you can say, it smells like shit, but I'm glad to be here. Like, I'm glad I'm not somewhere else, right? And I mean, I guess it's like the eternal optimist. So, I don't know. I wanted to put out this message to remind people that, yeah, we're in a pile of shit. That is really it. But what do you want? Do you want to have a good living experience? You want to look back on your life and say you totally enjoyed it, regardless of where you are? The one thing they can't take from us is our attitude. That's the one thing they can't take. So it's extremely important for us to remember that happiness is resistance. Like, they want us to be unhappy. You think that the abusers even give a damn whether we're happy or we're experiencing a joyous life or not? They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. All they want is their money. They're greedy, rotten bastards, like literally rotten to the core. So it's like the system we were engaged in a few weeks ago. Like, oh my God. It was so unbelievably such a shit show. I could not even believe it. And my niece actually kind of got annoyed with me one night. She's like, how can you be happy? Everything isn't going right. How can you still have a good attitude? You're working your ass off. Because she couldn't help me because she's disabled. So I was like, the harder I worked, the happier I got, because I'm grateful that I could be around her and her beautiful children. And I was grateful I got to be there to help her through it. And I was grateful I got to do it. I mean, I'm full of gratitude right now in my life. And I was thinking how ironic it is that I'm so full of gratitude and love. Sometimes I even just burst out in tears of gratitude because I'm just, I don't know, I feel like I'm taken care of by the universe no matter what. I'm going to leave another little rock here. Let's see what this one says. Oh, here we go. Honor life. I'm going to leave that one right here. I'll leave it right here, right by the road, so somebody seeing it could see it. Beep. Here, where should we put it? We'll put it on the dirt so some dog won't piss on it. There. Bum, ba, da, bum. So when I walk back, now that I do this, I leave them on the way out, and that's kind of like fun because on my way back, I get to see if anybody picked them up. And so far, one or two are usually gone by the time I come back, which is good because I want people to take them. So this whole thing about normalizing contamination, it's endemic about everything. They're normalizing abuse, right? That's why the pedophiles are going unaccountable, because they're normalizing abuse. When you think about it, what's a greater violation? Violating you sexually or violating you physically by forcing your children and yourself to live and swim in radioactive contamination and chemicals and mercury and God knows all the chemicals I can't even say. Lord, that sun's bright. I'm glad that it's bright. Here, I'm going to share you with the ducks. Hold on. Look at this little duck pond. Is that so cute? Look at these guys. Hi. See over there. But look, they stay over here. Aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh. So do you think ducks are unhappy? I don't. I think ducks are happy. And they're swimming in the water. Hi. So, anyways, I always want to remind people that it's up to us to change our attitudes. It's up to us to develop our humanity. It's up to us to refuse to be hateful. You know, I was listening to Mark Brzezinski this morning, and Mark said something like, he actually was the only person I've ever heard say this, that not to hate because you become what you hate. And I've written that on many, many pages about the Israelis, about the Israeli government. In fact, my niece's husband stopped talking to me about it because I told him that the Israeli government has pretty much become the Gestapo. Like, they became what they hated, and they are what they hated. They are murderers. But I'm not going to get into that whole thing because I mean, he stopped talking to me because I told him that I don't think the Israel of today is God's Israel. It's the Israel of the industrial military complex. As usual, they're using Christianity to murder, death, kill. But my mind, that's what all religions are all about, just for control. Because we don't need religion. We need spirituality. We need connection to the universe. And understand that, you know what, life has never been easy. We've never had a period in humanity where you wake up every day. Well, think about how many creatures are on this planet when you think about it in these terms also. How many people are on this, how many creatures live on this planet? How many of them wake up every day and have an easy life? Zero. So welcome to the world, man. So anyways, I'm going to get going, you guys. I love all of you, and I'm really grateful. Oh, man, I see that there's some people here. Hi, you guys. I don't know who you are, but I see that you're here. But I'm going to end the video. I don't want to talk on for too long. I just wanted to remind you that love is greater than fear. Happiness is resistance. And yes, we're living in a pile of shit. But the pile of shit still smells like shit, whether you have a good attitude or a bad attitude. So which one do you want? We're not going to change it. They're going to try. They are normalizing contamination. And that's why we're seeing the extinction of everything on this planet. And I think that the only thing that we actually really can do to stop that is for us to take responsibility for our own emotional lives and choose to see beyond that and believe that there are solutions and believe that we will find a way out. I don't know how, but I have this intuitive sense that we are definitely going to turn the corner. I mean, it's already bad. It's not going to get bad. It's already really bad. People are so ridiculous. Like, it's going to get really bad. No, it's already really bad. I mean, we don't, here in America, we don't even talk about the Yemenis that our bombs are dropping, or all the people in Africa that we don't even know we're killing. But, you know, every cell phone has coltan. I think that's the name of the product, coltan in it. Right out of the Congo, they're killing 57,000 people a week in their slave camps so that we can have our cell phones and laptops. That's a fact, folks. That's a harsh fact. That's what I mean. It smells like shit. It's bad. You know, so, and I think that's why it's important for us to reuse, repurpose, and hang on to stuff as much as we can. Oh, let me see. There's comments popping up. Yes. Oh my God, Gary. Rocky Flats is a disgrace. Oh my God, it is a disgrace. Frankly, it's all a disgrace. All of it. Hanford is a disgrace. I mean, San Francisco, did you see that story on San Francisco? Oops, we're just going to recategorize the soil and say it's good. Just like they did at Hanford. Oh, I'm going to leave a rock here. Look at all the rocks I can pick up when I come back. Oh, here's my other one. I'm going to leave this rock here. That one had a process, as you can tell. I kept sort of changing it, and then I just decided, okay, I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to leave it right here on this tree. Hello. Because people always come to sit over here, smoke their weed. So somebody who wants to come and get high will find a sweet little rock. There we go. Oh, Lord, you guys. We're all we got. That's the point of it all. We are all we got. We have each other, and that is frankly lots. That's why, I'm really grateful. I mean, I actually feel very well protected by the universe, ironically enough. I mean, I spend my days almost entirely alone. I call people on the phone, but I don't really have any companionship. But somehow I just don't feel that alone. And I have forgiven the people that have come into my life and sort of taken what they could and tossed me aside. These are harsh times, and I think it's important for us to forgive people who act harshly because they're doing the best they can to. No one does anything intentionally. I mean, very few. Maybe Dick Cheney does do things intentionally evil. I don't know. I mean, they know what they're doing. It's not a secret. I like to walk off the path over here. So, anyways, I'm going to get going, you guys. I love you. I just wanted to give you a little bit of words of encouragement and tell you that, yeah, it's dire. It's not fun. No es bueno, but you know what? Somos mejor. We're better than all of that. So, bye, you guys. Te quiero. Ciao. And I do not know how to stop this thing, so I guess I'll have to figure it out and you'll watch me stop it. Dear.